very warm welcome to all students, parents, or aspiring finance professionals who have joined today. Thank you for taking the time. Today's session is specially designed for anyone who is interested to know what ACCA is and who can pursue it, what are the career opportunities, and how we can support you with the same. So before we begin, let me quickly introduce ssei, although it does not really need an introduction. But still, for those who don't know, ssei has been a trusted name in finance education for more than 30 years. And over the years, we have helped thousands of students build a very strong career in finance. Our alumni work at Big Four, and so our focus has always been on conceptual clarity, strong academic support, and exam-oriented preparation and career-focused guidance. So today we have Kauvya Ravichandran with us. She will be guiding you on everything about SCCA. So let me just let you know about the flow of the webinar. So I'll just hand the stage over to her in a few minutes, and she will guide you through what ACCA is, what it can do for you, and what it's in for you. And then after the main session, we will have a Q&A round. So during the session, you can flow in your questions during the sessions, and we will answer them at the end. And I would request everybody to please stick to the end because that will be very valuable. And yes, I think, Kauvya, over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tamanna. Okay. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. This is Kauvya Ravichandran, and I am really excited to welcome you all today's session on especially ACCA, one of the global finance qualification, which is changing a lot of career options in 2026, of course. Before we begin, or to understand the whole session, like before we go deeper into ACCA, I really want to understand whom I'm actually speaking to so that I can make this session more useful for you guys. So if you can just drop in the chat, like what are you currently doing? Maybe you're a 12th student, or you're a BCom BBA student, or maybe you're studying CA or drop CA, or could be a working professional, or one step ahead. We can also have a lot of parents here. So if you can just give a drop in the chat, that will help us in understanding this flow very easily. Can I expect a reply, guys? Okay. Any working professional? You're also a science student. Okay, good. Okay, Saloni, you're a working professional? Give me a yes if it is. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you, Pratham. Thank you. Okay, guys, I hope, maybe I see a lot of mixed audience here. See, before we move ahead, I can see as there is a mix of school students, degree students, even working professional there. So I'll make the session very simple and practical so everyone can understand. Even if you are completely new to finance, doesn't matter, you come from science background or whatever it is. Okay. See, now I want to understand your thinking, like, why are we here today? I think most of you guys could either be one of this option. Maybe you're in a career confusion, or maybe you want to go abroad, you just exploring, or you want alternatives to CA, or else like you want high salary career option, right? So can I do after this? Can I do after 12th standard? Can I do after 10th standard? Is it okay if I come from science background? So what is the age criteria to start with ACCA? There could be a lot of basic questions that that will be coming in your mind, right? These are the exact questions we're going to answer today. Don't overthink, just answer honestly. How many of you guys already know what ACCA is, at least the full form? It's okay. It is. Don't think it is. We start from zero here. You can say, yes, I know, or you're hearing for the first time, no worries. Yeah, great. We know a little bit, like, see, a little bit. Okay, it's okay. See, since many are new, I'll explain ACCA from zero level. Don't worry if you don't know anything. See, what exactly ACCA is? It is one of the, I would say the full form is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, right? So the word itself says it is the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. Very rightly said. Now the point is, like, I would generally consider a lot of people saying that it is a global version of CA. That means CA is most likely India focused and ACCA is international focused. So of course, if your goal is like working in MNCs, working abroad, or building a global career, ACCA becomes very relevant. Now, a lot of people have these things in mindset that, we as professionals, we want to work in Deloitte, we want to work in PwC, EY, KPMG, or big MNCs, right? So today, the companies are not just Indian anymore. That is something practical things that we have to accept. Like MNCs are increasing, global work is coming to India. And somewhere I feel like IFRS is becoming standard, like international accounting. So companies need professionals who can work globally. Like ACCA is designed exactly for this. Now, very important, who should actually consider ACCA? If you are in 10th or 12th, you can start early and build a strong career, of course. If you're in BCom, you can add a professional qualification along with your regular degree. If you're a working professional, you can still shift towards global roles. If you're a CA and you somewhere feel stuck, ACCA can also be a smart alternative. Right now, I'm going to keep the course structure very bare minimum, very basic. So we have ACCA as 13 different papers right now. Of course, we have changes coming in the month of 2027 September, but we don't get there because it's a long way to go. So I divide this into generally basic, skill, and professional level. Okay. But the good news is you may not have to write all 13 papers. There are certain things called exemptions and stuff. Okay. So we have how many levels? We have barely 3 levels, guys. That is basics, skill level, and professional level. Right. So a lot of people thinks, okay, what is this exemption is? What do you guys think the exemption is if you want to put an add-on to me, maybe? Anything of you guys know? What do you think exemptions are? Because this is where ACCA becomes very, very attractive that I have seen. If you have studied commerce, if you're coming from BCom, somewhere you do not have to appear all the 13 papers. Like maybe you're a BCom professional, up to 5 exemptions, CA inters, up to 6 exemptions, or you're a CA qualified, there is up to 9 exemptions, which means less exam, less time, and less cost. I've seen a CS inter student might only have 4 to 7 papers left. That's a huge advantage. Okay. But since a lot of you guys are coming from the 10th background, let me keep it simple. I don't want to glorify this course, but again, let me talk what I have seen from my experience so far. I have seen one of my very own student who started right after 10th standard, and thus that person cleared his entire ACCA on the first year of BCom. And trust me, like the last year of BCom, when he get into the paper, like when he get into the campus placement, he came out with an excellent package. Yeah, so I was so happy about it. So it's not about only the side of the story. There is also another side of the stories where people don't choose the professional papers in the early stages, thinking that abhi kyun karna hai, like why do we have to do it right now? We have a long way to go. Like pehle we'll finish off the BCom, uske baad we'll try what are the options that we have. So I've always seen the early movers makes a lot of profit in whichever industry it is. Right. So it could be a business, it could be a professional course. Somebody who chooses it very early will benefit a lot rather than waiting for a long period of time. Okay. Because now the lot of questions people ask me like, ma'am, how long it takes? Like typically 2 to 3 years, not more than that. The best part is you can study along with college or job. No compulsory articleship like CAs that you can expect. So it gives you a lot of flexibility and freedom. Right. So this is what we have to keep it in mind. And it's such flexible course that I can see people can write one subject at a time. That is, you write one subject in 3 months window. You have quarterly examination. Yeah. And apart from that, Apart from that, you can also consider what? You can also consider your salary expectation. See, I don't want to give you guys a false number, right? So it depends on which professionals that you choose. Like you'll have a lot to choose, isn't it? Yeah, you'll have a lot options to choose. So I'm going to show you guys today an ACCA career portal where, because everyone here are to ultimately get a job, like after my degree, what else? I don't want to just study ACCA for the knowledge sake and leave, right? So we all want a job ultimately. So I'll just give you a one idea which is officially released. There's a portal by ACCA itself called ACCA Careers. I'm going to take you through, guys, to understand how ACCA job portals are there. Like what is the job range that you can expect from ACCA, right? So I am not going to I'm not going to make it very complex, guys. It is just very bare, simple. I hope all of you guys can see my screen. See, all I have typed in my Google, is it visible? Yeah. Guys, I hope the new screen is visible. Just give me yes if it is. Yep, thank you. So all I've tabbed is ACCA careers, nothing else. The first tab I'm opening, I'm not opening anything else, just a first tab. And I can see the options of jobs on a different countries. Okay, ma'am, I don't want to go to abroad. Like everybody talks about going to abroad, but I don't want to go abroad. You can also see like what is there in India. Sometimes I generally little scroll it up and I'll show like what are the typical job profiles are available. It is not the number of positions, it's about the profiles, the number of profiles that is available. Right? So choose smart. So let's say if I go to India, Asia Pacific, you can go to Asia Pacific and you can see which country you want to try it out. See, you don't, not always you need to target abroad countries to work. You can work in India also. If you guys can see, can you somewhere spot India in this list? We can spot, right? Can you see here? Yeah, how many job openings are there? It is 1011 profiles that we have opening. So, and if you compare everywhere else, if you take all of the other countries in the Asia Pacific, I feel India has the top job opportunities. The next is Australia, of course, but yeah, first one is I always see India. And ma'am, I don't want to work in India. It is up to you which country you want to go ahead and check. That is totally up to you. You have a lot of options here. Okay, so choose wisely before you get in there. You have ACCA career options, which is directly given by ACCA. You really don't have to rely on anybody's knowledge. Like you don't have to get spammed by YouTube's, get spammed by internet. What it gives, you always have information which is strongly provided by ACCA. Trust only ACCA. Okay, because that is officially given. And apart from that, like as I said, like yes, we have a course duration where you can write one paper in 3 months time. Now let me also tell you that if somebody is giving you that option, make use of it, because I don't want to say bad things about any other professional courses, because I also come from a CA background. From CA gone to ACCA. So I do not want to talk anything about it. But however, what personally I felt the difficulty is writing four papers, covering aggregate was always a difficult choice for me, of course. But it's not that as ACCA is such easy paper, no. Because ACCA also has its own perks and benefits, right? Like you can write one subject in 3 months time, but that doesn't mean it is also going to be so damn easy. It's a professional course. Come on. You can't expect like it's going to be a BCom exam. That is also there. But yes, the flexibility level is there because it actually tests your real practical knowledge. It is not goofing around. It is not about anything else. Okay. And majorly, we are always judged by our handwritings since our childhood, right? We always see that people say your handwriting is not good, you'll not get marks. So it happened to me in my CA exam. My handwriting was not so great. And I always used to fear like, what if the examiner is not understanding what am I writing? But in reality, to be honest, when I came to ACCA, like I felt somewhere a concept of handwriting is not there. Like I just have to type my answer. I use Excel, I use Word. The options are by default given by ACCA. And it is a proper computer-based exam, which is very much suitable for the young generations right now. Like we are not in that paper pen mode anymore. So it is only the computer-based examinations, and the centers are available in most of the cities in India, guys. Yeah, we always have the centers where you can go ahead and write at your own convenience. Of course, you have to book your exams and stuff, but otherwise, the centers are available almost all the states in India. So yes, it is going to be a computer-based examinations and 3 months once. How many papers I can write at one go? You can go write till 4 exams at one go. It's not limited to one. Ma'am, can I write 2 subjects? Can I write 3 subjects? Yes, of course. Yeah, why not? You can always write. Right? And the duration, I don't want to glorify again, the duration can be from 2 years to forever also. Right? So I have the same examples of students writing and clearing at one go, and I also have the examples of people are still not writing, and they started along with me. I've completed, started teaching, multiple batches got over, but still there are people who are stuck. So it's not about the difficulty level of subject, it is not about the passing percentage, because ACCA has a beautiful passing percentage of an average of 50, and the passing marks is also 50, and good thing is no aggregate. Yeah, average of 50, passing marks is also 50, and there is no aggregate. And I see some papers are of course difficult, some papers are comparatively doable. It's about what is your personal choices. Few people are so great at about practical subjects, so you score well. Few people are very good at theoretical papers and you score well. Yeah, here analyzation, that's it. We don't have to mug up, we don't have to go through a lot. Yeah, I just want to keep the academics part a little bit lesser, guys, because anyways, when you go to that subjects, the particular subjects, you know it. Correct. So now for now, I'm just going to take a pause and see what are the questions I have so that we can continue. So I just spoke about the career options and the bare basic about ACCA. So just take a pause and see what are the questions I have so far. Anshika has asked, ma'am, do we need to learn Excel and MS Word separately, or we can learn it automatically while studying? You answered yourself, my dear, the second option. So you just have to learn while you're studying. You don't have to do a specific course. So they've given enough time for you to read. I don't think so that should be a problem. Yeah. Till what section of the exams can I give with great pal knowledge? See, there is no, you don't need, to be honest, I also go to colleges to teach, but I somewhere feel college mein jo bhi that they teach you, right? Including me, I'm not blaming anybody. So including me, that what we teach to the college level, the knowledge level will never be sufficient to ACCA basics. I always feel like ACCA gives itself 3 levels to you, which shows you the 3 different levels, right? We have basic, that is knowledge, and then we now call it as expertise from there on, and we call it, then we will be going with strategic professional. There are 3 levels. The basic, the knowledge, you will be only learn with knowledge. When you go to skill, even the skill level is little upgraded version of it, and professional is advanced level of skill level. So now coming to your question, I think like with the 12th knowledge, you can easily complete knowledge level. With the knowledge level, you can go to skill, and with the skill level, you can aram se get into professional course. I don't think so that should be a worry part for you. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm coming to, yes. Okay. I'll come from start. Okay, I see Shovik. I am an MCOM and MBA finance gold medalist. Wow, from Calcutta University, a PG certification holder. Very nice, great. See, this course is fine for you. Don't worry, for a business. Do we know what kind of challenges that's gonna change it? That's gonna happen in 2027. Yes, Arman, that's the last part of the discussion that we're gonna do. Don't worry. And I have a surprise for you guys. Trust me. You do not have to appear for as many papers. No, Arman, you don't have to appear for as many papers. I mean, you just have to. Oh, you guys are talking about the changes. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Okay, ma'am, what's the exact time duration of ACCA? Mashira, see, it's again about which paper you're writing. I see always an average 13 papers should be get over within an approximate 2.5 to 3 years. That's what I see for writing everything in first attempt. If you're starting from 10th standard, 12th standard, you do not have any kind of exemption, so you have to go there. Okay, but if you start from skill level, somewhere 5 papers are reduced, you barely have 8 papers, you should be able to complete within 2 years. That is, if you guys are completing all the subjects in one attempt. Okay. If we fail in one exam, in what time limit we should clear it? There is no time limit, Raki. You can write let's say I cleared one paper, financial reporting, let's say. And next paper, I either can write financial reporting or some other paper of my choice, whichever I feel comfortable. There is nothing as such. How many exemptions would get pursuing BCom? So it is also about which college that you're studying. If ACCA has recognized that university, you have a chance of getting up to 6 exemptions, if not 4 to 5. That depends on which university you're actually studying. And ma'am, what is the syllabus, Ranveer? Okay. See, the syllabus, as I said, it is a mixture of tax, audit, and financial management and reporting. And performance management, of course. Yeah, okay. So you're in college, mashallah, good. So from 12th appearing student from PCB stream, my parents want to prepare for the NEET exam and pursue MBBS. For backup, they want me to do a paramedical course. Oh, okay. You're from non-financial background. Okay. I get it, but ACCA and MBBS has no connection. I hope you know that. Yeah. Jartaj, I hope you know that. ACCA and MBBS has no connection, but yes, it will help you plan your financials better. And this course, guys, it starts from very basic. You do not have to worry about, I don't know maths, I don't know accounts, I don't know this. It's totally fine. Every single subject is structured in such a way that pehle you study basics, uske baad you go to the mid level, and then go to the final professional level. So there is a flow of the papers. And maths is not compulsory, guys. If you know basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you can easily reach till skill level paper, even to the professional level. To an extent, Excel is going to come and help you guys. So maths is not at all going to be a problem. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. I don't know anything about commerce. Don't worry, a lot of commerce students also don't know anything about commerce. Okay. Does ACCA give learning modules for their exams? Are we expected to seek coaching externally for ACCA? So it's a nice question. Let me give you the answer. See, ACCA can give you the soft materials that is expected to give. But if you ask me about self-study or should I take coaching from institutes, I was always recommend to take coaching from institute, because it's not about you can't do it. It's about you need the right direction. So you need to know that somebody who has walked that path already to show you the path. It's about it. Because irrespective you take coaching or not, you have to take that hard work by default. But with coaching, your path is going to be very easy. And considering the time generation that we are in, we do not have time to study one paper for 6 months, because you do a lot of trial and error by on your own, and it will take a long time for you to understand the pattern of the paper, what kind of questions can come, to analyze a question paper. So it will take little time. So instead, when you take the coaching, the 3 months is by default set. So imagine 10 subjects into 3 months. It is approximately around 30 months that I'm talking about, which is 2.5 years. Imagine by then you would have been working and taking salaries. Yeah. So I would suggest you to take the coaching. Yeah, irrespective if you're a CA, if you guys are done with somebody who's, ma'am, I'm a CA and everything, maybe initial 2-3 papers you can do study, self-study, but later still you need coaching. ACCA is enough for job seekers or any other degrees required? Okay, ACCA should be enough. And I don't know how many of you guys know it. I'm going to show you certain options. Is it recommended to do ACCA along with BCom, or do it BCom for paper exemptions also? Do we get? Oh no, guys, see, I wouldn't suggest you to go take the exemptions after your BCom, because you're wasting your time. Let's say you're studying first year of BCom. I think some of my audience are also studying first year of BCom. So you have 2 years of time. And after completing your BCom, you're going to get 5 paper exemption, which you could have completed in 1 year and 3 months, right? So the remaining 5 months you're just wasting. Maybe if you would have taken BCom, if you would have taken ACCA, you would have completed 8 subjects, and a long way, maybe the long way is already shortened. So I would suggest you, and with exemptions, you are just skipping the knowledge, to be honest. And it's not that you do not have to pay for exemptions. ACCA would ask you to pay for exemptions too. So that money can be spent on learning the same subject instead of skipping the knowledge. Ma'am, if I register myself in April, then would I have to pay whole year subscription fees or only for 8 months? Anshika, fair question. You have to pay whole year. Yeah, very fair question. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is always a yearly subscription, but they do the billing cycle twice a year. So for the first 6 months, if you do it, you have a different date, and the remaining 6 months you have a different date. Okay. And is ACCA enough? Yeah, I think you spoke about it. Ma'am, which type of job will I get after completing ACCA? Finance job or accounting? Afan, you remember I showed you ACCA careers? Just go open it, or I would suggest you to please contact SSE team members who can help you the various job profiles. But yes, I can give you the basics, which is accounts, finance jobs, tax related jobs, especially audit. There's so many jobs available in audit. Yeah. Where would I get the test papers or books? Okay, Ranveer, ACCA will give you, okay, I can show you guys. The ACCA has its own study hub options that you'll get all of the subjects. I can show you guys by logging in. Ma'am, I'm from Kolkata, West Bengal. Okay. What is ACCA? What is the actual work? It's just a modern version of CA. Aman, like you're just gonna do global CA, I could say. I'm gonna show you guys the screen. Fair enough. I hope you guys can see my new screen. See, this is ACCA Study Hub, which is given for an ACCA registered student, guys. So you have all of the subjects. Yeah. So you have all of the subjects given to you. It's all the subjects of ACCA. You have given with the materials by ACCA itself. For example, now I'm going to open something called financial management. Let's say I start to study. So you have ACCA ka notes plus question solving, plus some study questions and quiz question. Everything is given by ACCA. You can see this is it's like a chapters, like a textbook. And you go to practice, it's like an exam kit that you have. You have certain questions you can go and do. And one good thing about this, till an extent of skill level paper, you can solve questions like an MCQ and stuff. So that's going to make your life really easy. So this is by default given from ACCA to all of the ACCA registered students. Plus, additionally, we have two more players in the market, that is BPP and Kaplan, where you can get their text also if you feel that is going to be necessary. Yeah. Ma'am, in 2026, I want to focus on my third year first. After that, I plan to start May or June. So my goal is to apply for Masters in India, planning to complete a part of ACCA in India and the remaining papers later while studying abroad. I'm making a long-term plan for this. So I would appreciate your guidance. No worries, Vaishnav. If you have a plan of so many things, I would suggest you to, of course, when you complete BCom, you'll have certain exemptions. So you can plan 6 months ka ek paper, because when you'll be studying your masters, you're planning to go to the masters, right? You apply for masters. Before masters, maybe you can go ahead and complete as much as papers that is possible. And you can always plan your professional level along with your masters so that you feel more relevant that way. That can also be done. Right? And we have certain dedicated mentors who can actually guide you in SSE on this, trust me. Is ACCA still standout degree that employees? Okay. I didn't expect this kind of question, but yes. Let me read the question. Is ACCA still a standard degree that employers value, even though AI's skills or technology is now emerging quicker than ever? See, understand, someone tells you ACCA is outdated because of AI, that's actually oversimplification. The reality is like more nuanced. It's actually more interesting because ACCA is not replaced. The role is evolving. I mean, AI is definitely changing accounting, but not eliminating it, right? Like the routine tasks, data entry, bookkeeping, automated. AI will take over. But high level of work is like analysis, judgment, strategy. These are all increasing because according to industry research, accounting roles are shifting towards like more of a strategic decision making, advisory roles, like oversight of AI systems. So the profession is not shrinking. It is just moving up in value. Because ACCA is still valued, isn't it? Agreed. See, that's what I'm coming for. SSC teaches things AI cannot replace easily, right? Like the financial judgment, interpretation of data, audit and compliance decision, ethics and governance. And if you ask me, ma'am, by doing BCom and is ACCA is going to take AI is going to take over? Of course, yes, because after completing BCom, you will not be asked to do any kind of strategic finance decision making profile, right? You will be doing day to day work like data entry, basic accounting, repetition of compliance work. AI tools already handle these efficiently. So they mainly affects low skill and entry level. But if you talk about ACCA is like more of a, it's not static, right? It's more of a decision making capacity where ACCA plus AI awareness will always, of course, help you, but it is not definitely outranking. Definitely not. Yeah. Great. Okay, do I have is this exam conducted in MCQ forms? Till professional level, you can have a mixture of MCQs and constructive response questions. Few things you have to type, few things are MCQs. That is always there. Okay. Great. Okay. I was just waiting. You've just passed out. Okay, Vedant, no. As I said, it is definitely not difficult. It starts from basic, it starts from knowledge level. So they will start from what is debit, what is credit, how the journal entries are passed, what do you mean by accruals, what do you mean by prepayments, prepaid expenses. It starts from what are the types of business. Trust me, they start from bare minimum. What are the types of business organizations that we have? And they talk about what is basic cost. What do you mean by fixed cost? What do you mean by variable cost? They'll start from very, very basic, Vedant. I don't think so that it's going to be a difficult task for you, as long as you understand. Okay, great. Okay, guys, I've been discussing about ACCA from last half an hour. So I think you guys had so many questions. Now comes the actual question that people I think, whatever question I wanted to talk about, I got a question saying that is AI actually replacing ACCA? I think I've even answered that. Do I have any more questions? What system of accounting does ACCA follow? You are a A-level Cambridge student, so our entry basics sort of vary from Indian and other system. Okay, see, ACCA is built primarily on IFRS, that is International Financial Reporting Standards. IFRS is like a global accounting language, which is used by MNCs, listed companies in most of the countries, and global audit firms, of course. So when you study ACCA, you're learning accounting that work across like UK, EU, Middle East, Singapore, many parts of Africa and Asia. Since you're from Cambridge International A-level, so your base is actually closer to ACCA than the Indian system. Because A-level accounting is more of a concept-based, influenced by IFRS principles, not exactly IFRS principles. Because I also teach A-level students from UK, focuses on understanding than rules. That is what A-level accounting is. But when I talk about little ACCA, it's fully IFRS based, more depth plus real world application. It includes little of interpretation, analysis, and judgment stuff. So the transition is usually smooth for A-level students. But if you take accounting system, Indian accounting system, it could be a little more difficult for you. Yeah. Great. Okay. From which month does the annual subscription start? So we don't lose out for a month. See, I think the best people to answer that question shall be, I can, the SSE, our team members can handle with the SSE administration. But if I have to give you an idea, because many students lost money here if they don't plan properly. ACCA does not follow your personal joining date. It follows a calendar year system like Jan to December. So your annual subscription is always due on 1st January every year. You'll usually get the invoice around November previous year. So payment keeps your status active for the entire year. For example, if you register in March, you pay subscription for 2026, then again in Jan 2027. So effectively, you paid only for 9 to 10 months first year. So if you register in October, you may still need to pay for 2026 again in Jan 2027. So you'll lose even more months. So since we are already standing out in April, so instead of wasting your whole time, maybe you can start registering more early and start paying off. Based on that, your number of months that you're going to waste will be lesser. Work from home opportunity there. Okay, that depends on the industry that you're getting into. Okay. ACCA fee structure. Such a nice question. See, I see a lot of students getting into that later saying that no, this happened, that happened, and all of that. I would show you guys the exam fee structure, because ACCA will always have two different fee structure. One is the coaching fees, which SSEE will take care of that. Okay. Another one is you have to pay exam fees and subscription fees. And if you're taking any kind of exemptions, these three fees has to be paid to the ACCA directly. I mean, nobody will interfere in between. You can directly make the payment to ACCA through your payment modes. But when it comes to coaching fees, yes, of course, it goes to the SSE for providing you the guidelines, providing you the classes on the topics, plus the question solving sessions and everything. So that will be directly gone to SSE. But ACCA will be directly collecting exemption fees, examination, and subscription fees. Exemption is for every subject that you do not want to write. Exam fees is every subject that you want to write. And subscription is for you to use the ACCA features. For annually, you have to keep paying the subscription fees till the time you complete ACCA. After you become ACCA, you'll have to pay membership fees at that point of time, which will vary depending. How much did I earn? Nice question. So I started with a package of 7.5 LPA, but at that point of time, I was barely an ACCA. And the situation was very different because a lot of very less people were doing ACCA at that point of time, and people were against ACCA, like, why are you doing this? And those people who said it now they're regretting, we could have also done, because they're still stuck in CA finals right now. Okay, so yes, my situation was very different. I got into Big Four. I had half CA. I had 3 papers left in my ACCA professional level. So all of this were there. The situation was different. And the role that I chose was different. I came from CA articleship background. There's so many things. Yeah, it totally depends from one person to another person. Okay. Okay, guys. Then I'm getting into the last part that I wanted to discuss, the changes that's going to happen in the ACCA. So I was telling you guys what are the options. I think we had around 3 different questions, isn't it? Yeah, we have 3 different levels that we discussed about. Yeah. So the knowledge level, whatever is there, we had 3 papers, and it is remained 3 papers. Only thing is, in expertise, we had 6, and that is moved to knowledge 1. So knowledge mein ek eliminate ho gaya, and 1 paper was moved from expertise to what? Expertise to knowledge level. That is first thing. And previously, so 1 paper got eliminated in knowledge level. So 1 paper moved from skill to knowledge, that is expertise to knowledge. And in professional paper, previously we had 4 papers to write, that is 2 mandatory and 2 optional paper. Okay, now what they have done, they have eliminated that optional paper. Instead of 2, only 1 you have to choose. So 1 paper is no more compulsory thing. Like, you'll have to write 2 compulsory, and remaining you have to just choose only 1. So that is, out of 5 papers, you have to choose 1. So that means whatever I was telling as 13 papers, now it has become only 11 papers. Yeah, and more employability has brought in. What is this employability that we are talking about? See, they have brought more of analytical skills so that you don't struggle when you go to the employment directly. They are brought in certain changes that, for example, if you see in the expertise level, so they also add a module called responsible business management. See, after expertise, after knowledge, responsible business management, it's a skill that they will be teaching you. And digital tech and innovation is also another skill. And finally, you have to do ethical and sustainable leadership. Now, that means what happens if I change? what happens if I change? Nothing will happen, guys. Okay. I'm going to show you the ACCA transition tool, because a lot of people thinks that, oh my goodness, what happens if I go ahead and change it? If I tomorrow change ACCA, then what happens? Okay. So will I have to do 2 years of articleship after skill level? Oh yeah, something I forgot to discuss, guys. See, trust me, CA is not like CA. You don't have to do articleship. There's something called practical experience requirement. This is not necessary you have to do after skill level. You can start from now. You can do part-time job in accounts or in related to audit role or finance roles. You can do part-time job, and that is still countable if that can be affidavit. I mean, if that can be verified by a professional in India, that can still count. All you have to do is take 36 months of practical experience requirement for you to become from ACCA affiliate to member. Okay. So if you want to become a member, you need to have 3 years of articleship experience. What is this 3 years of articleship experience? You can work full time or part time. You can work completely with them or a part with them. Doesn't matter. It will get counted. Yeah. So that is not a big deal, I believe. So I can show you guys what changes that has happened over the period of time. Sure. I hope you guys can see this. This is the change. Yep, this is the change. So previously, you see this BT paper, Joby, that was there, that has been eliminated. That if you guys can see this BT paper will not be there here. Management accounting, financial accounting, and this law has shifted to applied knowledge. So 3 papers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be there. And here, what you have to do, you had always to write 2 papers compulsory. And out of these 4, you had to choose 2. But now it is only 2 papers compulsory, this and this. And out of 5, you have to choose 1. So in that way, you have to write only 11 papers. And there is always a transition. By then, whatever the subjects that you have completed with, for that, the respective rewards will always be given. You don't have to worry. And can I do practice after completing ACCA? You can practice in those countries which is acceptable, because it is recognized in 180 plus countries. Guys, please do not get confused about the recognition and acceptance. Okay, you don't get to practice in all 180 countries. That is the truth. But you get to recognize in all of the 180 countries, 180 plus countries. It is just the fact that you guys need to understand. Right? Great. Does ACCA fees run on 365 days or up to December? No, it's like for 1 year, of course, it should be 365 days or 365 and quarter days. But yeah, it's all about 1 whole year that you can expect to have, whatever the fees that you pay, because it run up to 31st December calendar year basis. Once you register, your subscription is valid till 31st December of that year. Then again, it resets every year on 1st Jan. So let's say if you register in Feb, abhi March, so it is valid till 31st December. Then again, you have to pay again in Jan 2027. It's not like a 12-month or 365-day subscription. It's fixed from Jan to December. So you register in Jan, you take a full advantage. You as much as early as possible, you take a full advantage. Don't register late in the year, September, December, because unless it is so necessary that you're trying to plan your examination, ACCA subscription doesn't run for 12 months. It runs till 31st December. Great. Okay. Fees. Raki, kaun si fees? Which fees? ACCA fees you're talking about? Examination fees? I can share you guys all of them. Please always definitely trust directly with ACCA, nothing else. I'm not going to give the words. See, I'm just typing ACCA fees structure. Nothing in Google. All I'm typing is ACCA fees and charges. So you can go ahead and go to the very first link that you get. You guys can always see, and please select your country, which country that you want to look at. So you can always check the prices directly. Okay. Use the ACCA platform to find out a lot about ACCA. So I'm talking about ACCA qualification students. Okay. You can see exemption fees, applied skill fees. Yeah. And you can always see skill level examination fees. And you can see professional level examination fees. So you can always have a look into this ACCA fees. It's always in pounds. I would say it's an approximate of right now professional level, skill level exam fees is around 17 close to 18 Indian rupees if you convert. And professional level has its own, like it is comparatively different. But anyway, you don't have to pay at one go, of course, you pay once in 3 months. That whenever you write the examination. So that is also an added advantage, because if you write 4 or 5 papers at one go, there will be a lot of money that you have to pay. Since you're writing only one subject, it should not be a big cash flow tie-up there. Right? Because if you ask me, ACCA, it's far better than doing just a degree, trust me. It's very better than just doing a degree. And if you're especially going ahead and pouring lots of money in a prime universities by paying, like I've seen students paying like 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakh just for the degree per year or per semester, that's a lot, guys, for very less knowledge that you're going to acquire. Because after working in I've worked in around at least 70 plus colleges by now. And I'm telling you honestly that it is not worth you guys getting into a big college and paying so much. Instead of, you can directly take ACCA and make your life very, very easy and stop going behind exemptions. Because many they are like, I have taken people coming and saying that, ma'am, like we got exemptions, but we don't know anything about debit credit. What is the point? Like they're teaching us Indian accounting system. What is the point? I have so many people talking about it like that. You can always check. There are a lot of LinkedIn posts about not taking exemptions. So exemption is the last thing that I would suggest to any students. But yes, it's an advantage, provided if you can study about it, if you can study that subject and move forward. You're exempted from exam, not from learning. So it's always better to go from the very basics, from the knowledge level, and your life is going to be, trust me, you will thank me later. Ma'am, thank you. This is what you're going to say. Oh, do I have to pay exam fees at the time of registration or few days before exam? Few days before exam. There are few papers, it is on demand, guys. You get, on demand, matlab, you can write the time that you wanted. But yes, in ssei, we have the flow of conducting the exams for the initial knowledge level so that you don't delay the subject. But you also have something called on demand. Tabhi, when you're ready, you write the exam so that you don't waste the examination fees. I tell the same thing, all of them. Don't waste your examination fees. When you're ready, there is always a right team behind you who can help you, whether you are good to go for the exam by giving mocks, by giving the actual exams, test and everything, where that will let you know that whether you're ready for the exam. If you're ready, then yes, you can go ahead and write it. Okay, Mashra, ma'am, what's the whole fee structure? Okay, I think the sales team will get in touch with you to explain how the fee structure works. Yeah. Great. Okay. Guys, now I'll go for the last 5 minutes to wrap up. Please tell me if you guys have any questions. Go ahead, move forward. I'm sorry, my number will not be given to you, so I'm really sorry about it. Even if I give like there is no use, most likely I'm busy in seminars like this. But however, yes, you can always get in touch with me by calling SSEI, no problem. Duration of ACCA, I think like it's around, depending on where are you from. Right? It starts like, if you get a good exemption, you can complete in a year also. 1 to 3 to 3.5 years you can expect. Work from home opportunity, age limit is not there, Rakhi. You can do at the age of 60 also. Doesn't matter. You can start from right after 15 years, no issues. And work from home opportunities, it depends. Like, abito, you're talking something which is ahead of thing. Right now, you don't have to worry about. Right now, you have to worry about completing SSCM. Yeah. So total fees amount, yes, you have to get in touch with SSE team. The sales team will explain you in detail and the payment options. I think there are good payment options also available for us to understand. Yeah, okay. Now, guys, let me talk about the last bit. I'm going to wrap it up after this. Guys, you need to understand what is so special about doing ACCA with SSEI. Since I worked across multiple places, I worked across many places, to be honest, and I somewhere see that the personal effect, the personal touch that SSEI is providing to the students, not seen anywhere else, to be honest, because there are a lot of things about talking to the students, and because 30 years of legacy is something, 3 decades of focus, guys. Trust me, it has a lot of benefit for you guys. And the number of students got trained is not in thousands, it is in lakhs, like 10 lakh plus students. That's a huge number, right? And they hold such a, and especially ACC approved learning partner status, that is very difficult to get. And like, if 30 years they've been in the industry, I'm sure the placement opportunities that is available also is going to be very, very huge. And I have seen the personal one-on-one counseling sessions with the students has actually helped a lot of students. I've personally heard that, the feedbacks from a lot of students, like they do the free ACC eligibility check, because there are certain mark scores that you have to score, and your exemption analysis, it depends on one university to another university. Somebody is going to sit through with you and understand how much exemptions you're going to get. Like, is it better to get an exemption or not, right? They map your personalized ACCA roadmap, including your exam scheduling, exemptions, package recommendations. There's so many things. And of course, like, when I know everything comes at cost, I agree that ACCA is also having its own cost, but SSCI can help you split your investment into your comfortable monthly installments, right? Like, you don't have to wait for a huge bulk amount. You can always start with your basic EMI. That option is always there. So I would suggest you guys to please get in touch with the sales team to understand the total ACCA fees. If the question is ACCA good, the real question is when you should start. Yeah. So if you ask me, ma'am, is really ACCA good? I'm like, guys, start it out. That's all I can say. Start early gives you a huge advantage, especially if you're a BCom student. And if, school student. If you're a BCom student, you can combine degree with professional qualification, guys. And if you're a working professional, this can be your shift into global roles. There is always a clear path. Yeah. Now, many students hesitate because of confusion about eligibility, not knowing how many papers they'll have, or fear of difficulty. It's completely natural. That's exactly why you should not decide blindly, right? Yeah. What I recommend is simple. First, understand your personal ACCA roadmap. Take help from SSE team members, a free eligibility check, a one-on-one counseling session. You'll get exact exemptions, number of papers, time required, clear path. Yeah. Honestly, guys, the right guidance makes a huge difference. And SSCI focuses about structured preparation, and there are a lot of experienced faculty, including me. I hope you're lucky enough where Sanjay sir can also teach that. I can't commit. Yeah, exam strategy, continuous support. All of this is by default given. So if you're serious, here's what you have to do right now. Just call them up, message them up, register for the counseling session, take your own personal roadmap, decide, get on to this, and think before you decide. Don't think after you decide. Don't make career decisions based on confusion. Take one step, get clarity, and then decide, because the right decision at the right time can completely change your career path. That's what I can say. Yeah. But guys, you don't need to decide today, but you should definitely not stay confused. So before I wind up, any last few questions, you guys can go ahead and put it on chat box. ACC will teach from basics. Yes. How much did you earn now? Now for what? Do I have to register every year on ACCA Global? No, once you register, done. You just have to keep paying registration fees. And what is the actual difference in it? In you have to be a little clear about it. Whether 11th, 12th commerce and basics of ACCA syllabus are same. I wouldn't say same. 11th, 12th is bare minimum. You guys will have partnership account, capital account, share issues, right? Basics, depreciation. This is just a part of initial ACCA. After ACCA, Kuldeep, sorry. After ACCA, you just have to work with MNCs. Yeah, you have to work with big fours, or you can also practice in respective countries if they allow you to practice. Yes, pay scale starts from C. You can earn right from 7 to 8 LPA. You can go up to it is forever. I mean, you can go up to a huge number depending on what you choose, because finance has a different job role, audit has a different job role, accountant has a different job role, tax departments has different one. So the pays are completely different from one to another. And abroad has huge opportunities. It depends on which country you have it in your mind. Yes, it is for science students too. You don't have to be a commerce student. Canada pay scale of ACCA. Okay, see, I really don't want to give overall val. I can see like Canadian dollars somewhere around 40 to 81. See, it starts from 40 and it goes up to 81,000. Because if you ask me entry level, if you have 0 to 2 years, somewhere around 40, less than 40 also sometimes. I can't exactly say, but yes. And depends on which city that you're going to also, right? If you go to cities like Toronto, or if you go to Calgary, it depends. Better cities, higher salary. ACCA is valued, but Canada prefers local qualification, CPA also. ACCA alone may not be enough initially because CPA is something, there is local CPA, right? But they have 100K average roles. So in those kind of countries, you can choose finance roles because which is common from CPA and ACCA. You don't have to get into taxation, which differs from one country to another country. What is the recognized and accepted, being accepted? Okay, guys, when I say recognized, this is most misunderstood statement. When ACCA says it is recognized globally, it refers to the reach of the ACCAs. ACCA operates in 180 plus countries. I mean, it has members, students, and employer networks worldwide. So recognition is like global presence. But recognition is not automatically licensed. This is the key difference many students miss. Like employers, MNCs, Big Four, these global firms know and value ACCA. You can apply for jobs internationally. Your qualification should not be misunderstood globally, right? Your qualification is understood globally. But it does not mean you can directly sign audit reports of some country in some Africa. You automatically, don't think you'll automatically get a local license. You can work there, right? You do not need additional qualification. That is all myths. ACCA globally accepted degree, but local bodies you need to license to practice in that countries also. ACCA is fully recognized. You can work easily in finance, audit, and consulting. UK, UAE, and Middle East highly valued. Singapore recognized for jobs. Canada, ACCA is recognized, but local body CPA Canada is also there. India, recognized by employers, but statutory signatory authority still lies with ICAI, guys. ACCA is globally recognized, which means companies across 180 plus countries understand and value it. But to practice legally in some countries, you may need additional local certification. That's all you should know. Finance rules should be fine, Kuldeep, yeah? You're from Kolkata, wherever you are, you can learn online always. I think SSEA has a program of online classes, if I'm not wrong. And nowadays, everywhere it's online, guys. Like I teach most of the online classes, and I make there's so much complaint about low. It's an online. No, I don't think so. That's happening. Okay. Guys, I know the questions can be ever ending. Okay, so exact country rules, I think you should talk to the ssei member. I get it, I understand you need a lot of information, but I would suggest you to contact with a team member who can help you out on the job rules in Canada, CPA versus ACCA. You always have certain information. You can attend from online classes, guys, right? So if nothing more about actual ACCA questions that you have, maybe academically, curriculum wise, or about the when to start, where to start, how to start, I think it's the right time to wrap up the session. So, yes, you can always get in touch with, I think Tamanna is there to help us with to wrap up the session if I'm not wrong.
Thank you, Kavya, very much for the wonderful session. And
Thank you.
a big thank you to our participants. Thank you for taking the time to have the session with us today. We hope that this session has given you some clarity on what ACCA is and how it can help you. And I'm very happy to see that you guys have a lot of questions, and we are glad to help you out with that. So, for personalized guidance and one on one counseling, please reach out to us in this number I'm sharing in the chat. You will, of course, receive a post webinar communication from us, but you can also note it down at the moment. And from ACCI side, we are also launching our ACCA batch from 29th of April. So if anybody is interested, we have already made up your mind, please get in touch with our team and we can get you all set. And in case of any questions, please reach out to us. And thank you once again for being here. We wish you all the very, very best for your finance journey and hope to see you soon in another webinar. Thank you.